Hi everyone and welcome to my first ever reading vlog. In this reading vlog, you probably know by the title and thumbnail, we will be reading the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas.
I'm coming in here to say this video is a full spoiler vlog. So if you haven't read Throne of Glass, know this is not spoiler free.
I have actually already read the series except for Kingdom of Ash, so I have read all of these already. But because of the announcement of ACOTAR 6 and 7, I know there might be some crossovers. Do I think it's with Throne of Glass? No. But I read ACOTAR's first series, then Throne of Glass, and then afterwards I want to go into these, Crescent City. So in order for me to be able to read Crescent City, I wanted to finish Throne of Glass first, so hence this reading vlog of me reading the entire Throne of Glass series. So it's a reread for the most part, but then Kingdom of Ash was my first time reading it. I have actually at this point already read all of them because I'm recording this after because I forgot to record an intro. I just got right into it. So here's me recording the intro now. Yeah, I'm a terrible vlogger, so bear with me during this vlog. You know, it's a learning process. It's the first time of me ever doing a vlog like this, so bear with me. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video of me reading 8 of these books. I know I really enjoyed it, though it was a painful ride as well. But yes, I am starting with the Assassin's Blade. That's my preferred way, so I'll let you get to past me to start this reading vlog, going back in time to when I read the Assassin's Blade. So I just started with the Assassin's Blade, my reread, because I have read every single book in this series besides Kingdom of Ash, which is crazy, but I really want to reread it before going into Kingdom of Ash because I feel like I want all the details and I want to just know everything and not like I've forgotten half the story. So I started my reread and I'm starting with the Assassin's Blade. I did that the first time as well, and that I definitely prefer that because then going into Throne of Glass you just know the characters she's talking about already and you just have more context, and this takes place before Throne of Glass, so I highly recommend it. It was my favorite way to read it the first time around, and it still is. Doing it again. But yeah, I just finished chapter 1, and I'm now going to start chapter 2 and just continue, but I wanted to give you the check-in that I am starting the Assassin's Blade. I just finished the first story. The ending is so sweet, but it makes me sad because, well, if you know, you know. If you've read this book, you know. Excuse the lighting, but I have just finished the second story in the Assassin's Blade, and like knowing what I know now because I've already read the series technically, this story, the second one, is actually so important later on, which I love, and that's so fun. It was such foreshadowing, really, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. I just finished the third story and I really like this one because I think he really kind of attached to this setting and the characters, where Selena is in the third one, and I really liked it. I do think the first one is still my favorite, then the third one, and then the second one. Just finished the fourth story. It did make me tear up. That was such a good one though, but like the ending of that one was rough. I have to give you some updates because it's been so long since I've talked to you, and I have long finished the Assassin's Blade. I gave it 3.5 stars, just like I did on my first read. I think it's really good, but it's just separate stories, so it's a little bit different, but I still love this, so 3.5 stars. I kind of gave you my thoughts throughout, so I'm not gonna go through it again, but at this point I'm actually also like 86% I think into Throne of Glass. I'm reading it on my Kindle now, so this isn't accurate anymore, but I think I'm like almost done with it, but I still need to transfer my annotations from my Kindle to my paperback copy. But yeah, I'm loving this. I loved this the first time already. I think I gave it 4 stars, and I think it's feeling like the same rating for me this time as well. But guys, I forget so much. I forget she has a dog in this. I am loving this, loving the characters. I also forgot how this Loki feels like a love triangle, which is crazy. Like, I completely forgot, because in my head I knew that she was with both of... Can I say that? Is this spoiler? Should I just do this full spoiler? I think I will. Whatever. This is my party. I remember that she was both with Kale and Dorian at one point, I think. Or kind of. But now I read something in here with a certain woman named Elena, and she had 2 last names. Do you know where I'm going with this? Anyways, I'm confused about that, so I guess I will learn that in the coming books. But for now, I just need to finish this. But like I said, I'm like 80% through. It's gonna be difficult a bit now for me to do updates, because I mostly read on the train now to my internship and back. And I'm not gonna give you an update in the train with like loads of people around. So I mean, there might be a little less updates from now on. Maybe not. Maybe I yap like I'm doing now when I get home. But I guess we'll see. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that in case the updates change from now on. Like with this one, like with that one, I updated every... with that one, I mean the Assassin's Blade. Like I updated every other story, and now I'm like, I didn't even tell you like I started it. I'm just like, I'm actually 86% through now. So I'm sorry about that. I still need to learn this whole vlogging situation. But yes, just know that I'm loving this, just like I loved it the first time. I am confused because of things I think I remember from later books, but maybe I just completely got everything wrong. But I guess we'll see. So I shall keep you updated. How magic stopped. He used the word Kears to stifle magic, all magic but his own, and by extension, Dorian's. One thing about me, I will whoop anyone who has to say anything bad about Sam. I am ready to fucking swing. I need to calm down. We are quite overdue for an update. Because last time I spoke to you, I was like 86% through Throne of Glass. I have long finished Throne of Glass. 4 stars, just like the first time I read this. I think this is a great book. Especially for debut. Like, that's insane. And it was so much fun to like read it and see all the Easter eggs that I know, because I've read the other books already, besides the last one, but like the Easter eggs that you find out were like important to later books. So on the reread, this was very fun. But then just now I've also finished Gone Midnight. And I did record a few updates for this one. I mean, with a few I mean like 2, but yes, I have just now finished this. This took me a long time to read, but honestly it's been a busy few weeks. Yes, I do love this book. 4.5 stars, just like the first time I read this. I think this book is great, but I do think it peaks at the beginning and the end, and the middle is a bit weaker. But the last 100 pages of an SJM book is a high I will forever chase, because yes, she eats in the last 100 pages. She is so good in those, especially in my humble opinion. And then this one, I mean, I have realized as filming this, I'm doing this full spoiler, so I can tell you everything. Queen Ava. I'm excited because now we're gonna go into Airfire, and then we're going into Queen of Shadows, and I'm so excited. But yes, I do think this book is very good. Like I said, especially the beginning and the end. But oh my god, Nehemia. How do you say her name? But Nehemia? Huh? Crazy shit, y'all. He's also Dorian. I love him. I like Hale too, but I like him more in the later books. But now we're going into Air of Fire, which I am so excited about. Let's get reading. I hope you can somewhat see me okay, but I again have to film it like this because it's dark outside. I am now halfway through, and since I haven't been very great at vlogging, and now I'm halfway through this one, I'm like, wait, this is the time I should give an update. And since I haven't been doing that, I thought, now that I'm remembering, let me do that for this one. And on my Kindle, so I haven't done my annotations in the physical yet, so I can't really show you where I'm at exactly. But I am loving this one. I knew that I would, because the first time reading this series, from this one I was like, okay, now it's getting like really good. I love that from this book on we get more POVs and we are like exploring the world more in the map, and we have met Manon, of course. You can even see me, but I just finished Air of Fire and I cried. So that was that. I think I'm gonna give this book 4.75 stars on my reread. I think I gave it 4.5 the first time around, and I think the last 250 pages are like 5-star, but the first half is just a little bit less for me, but it's still so good and I loved it. And oh, like shit's really going down. Actually crying again. No, Queen of Shadows is my favorite in the series. That being said, it is also a painful book. I'm actively crying, that's crazy. Excited to continue. I love this book. I can't, oh my god, I'm actually crying, stop. I love these characters so much. And yeah, I don't have much else to say. You can see I'm crying. That's probably saying enough. I need to pause and take a step back. Yeah, I just wanted to tell you I just finished Air of Fire, so yay. Guys, I'm like finding that I'm actually awful at vlogging. I recorded my update of Air of Fire. I'm sorry that was so chaotic. I was a wreck after finishing that book, but it was so good. I think the ending of that one is probably the strongest in the series so far for me. But I knew that going in because I have read them before. But I'm now on Queen of Shadows. I'm actually reading it on my Kindle, so I don't know how far I am. I think I'm like 40. Kindle's actually right in front of me in this bag. It's right here. It's right here. I can just check for you. Like a good YouTuber. Yes, I am exactly 40% in. Can you see that? I don't know. I hope you can. If not, that sucks for you. Just believe me, it's 40. So yes, I'm 40% into Queen of Shadows, and this is my favorite in the series, at least up until now. Like I said before, I've not read Kingdom of Ash, but this one was my favorite always. And as it's going right now, it still is. Oh, this book is so good, because the other books, right, the thing I always have with Sarah J. Maas book is the beginning I'm like so hooked, then she kind of loses me, and then the last 100 pages I'm like so into it. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. This one I have not been bored a single second. Okay, this book is so good. It's so good, y'all. Like, don't even play. Like okay, I need to start writing down my thoughts, honestly, because I always have thoughts. Like, I'm mostly reading it on my Kindle in the train, so then I can't speak to you. So I need to start writing down my thoughts so I can share them here, because whenever I like sit here and want to speak to you, I forget every single thought I've had while reading it. One thought that comes to my mind is Rowan is so hot. He's so fine. Like, this man is fine, y'all. The way Aelin like describes him, I also need to remember this is a spoiler vlog, so I can literally tell you I have everything. I need to remember that. The way Aelin is like describing him, like in the way she perceives him, all that. I am absolutely loving this book. And so like when like Rome came to Ireland, the way she reacted to him, like crying and running up to him, and when I was reading that scene I was actually just like, oh, I was so in my feels. I love that scene so much. And them just, I really love them together, like their banter, their back and forth. I really love it. I also love that Adrian is now with Aelin. Like, I love that. I'm so excited about that because I also think their banter is really funny. I love that she's kind of friends with Lysandra now too, because especially in the later books, of course, it's gonna be really fun. Chaos, honestly, kind of pissing me off at the moment. And I know I like him, like, especially in his own book, but right now he's kind of just pissing me off. But he has character development to go through. I think from the earlier books he has already gone through some, but now he's just, and don't get me wrong, Aelin isn't perfect either, but I think he's being unfair. So I kind of forgot like how they fixed the situation with Dorian. Like I forgot, I think. So I'm curious to see how that's gonna go. And oh my god, every time, because now she's back in Ireland, so she's like back out of her old apartment. Every time they mention Sam, I'm literally on the verge of tears. So that's awesome. That's awesome. But like I said, 40% through now, so I must keep going. Hey everyone, here it is me, the terrible vlogger, once again, to tell you that I have now finished Queen of Shadows. I love this book. This book is 5 stars. Yes. I think this is such a good book. Like, actually, I love that Arabin is finally dead. Love that magic is back now, and Lysandra is a literal queen in this one. Hello. Aelin and Rowan's relationship progress in this book, and Dorian, my Shayla. Dorian is just like, Dorian is so important to me, y'all. Dorian, I'll believe whatever color you tell me to. So like, it's so fine. I'm so okay. 5 fucking stars. My favorite in the series so far. I fucking love this book. I didn't write down thoughts again, so I fear I have forgotten everything else. Do still need to annotate it because I read it on my Kindle. But now I'm actually 11% into Empire of Storms, and I am not doing the tandem read this time. I did do it my first time reading these, but now I'm just like, meh. I don't feel like, like I said, I'm reading it on my Kindle, so I just don't feel like switching between the books constantly. Loving this so far. Of course, we're split up now. Kale is going to the tower, Dorian is in Arlon, and Aelin and everyone. Oh, they just had the meeting with like Murtagh and Darrow and Ren. I fucking hate Darrow. Oh my gosh. Like, how can you be so arrogant? Aelin handled it with such grace, and like book 1, Selena could never. Yeah, I don't have much to say right now, but my head is just kind of empty. So guys, look at what I made. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I did that, guys. I did that. I bedazzled my own 4th wing copy, my paperback copy, and I am obsessed. You could see it all this time already. If you could, don't mind that. Don't mind that. It's just one started this one. Loving my reread still, but I need to get on it. I need to read more because I'm now, like I said, I'm mostly reading it on the train on the way to my internship, but the other days I'm not really reading a lot. I need to start reading more. I only read, like, it's the 20th of March, and I've only read Queen of Shadows this entire month, which is insane. I am reading, I'm flying through them, but I just need to start. So yeah, I am excited nonetheless to spend time with these characters. Hopefully they will find some peace sometime. I know they won't, but you know, a girl can dream. But yeah, that is my update right now. I will see you with my next update, whenever that is. Guys, I'm a little confused because Elite, like, just like met Lorcan and everything, and she gave, or I think she gave him the name Marion, but now every time, like in the book, that she's writing in like a lead saying or doing something. She's writing Marion, so now I'm confused. Is she just Marion from now on? I don't remember this from like the first time reading this. Like, is she never to be called Elite again, or like what's going on? I get that she would give him like a fake name, but then why would she write, like, because this is third POV, right? So why would she write the new name instead of Elite? I'm so confused. I am currently 55% of the way through Empire of Storms, and I'm loving it. I don't know what happened when I was reading the tandem read, so Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn the first time, because I do not remember this book well. Like, there's like the big events that happened, like I remember, but like the whole Elita and Lorcan thing, like I completely forgot about that. I'm like, this is it's like something is really brewing here. Like, I don't know, I totally forgot about that. I'm really liking it, and I've never hated Lorcan. I'm just like, okay, he's just a bit of an interesting character, but I've never hated him. But especially now, like him being with Elite and like the carnival shit and everything, I think that's also just confirming that I don't hate him, because he's not nice, but he's kind of like thoughtful, especially with her, which I really like. Also, I just read a sentence and it reminded me, Throne of Glass starts out as a young adult, but at the end it's not anymore. Like, to just read you the sentence that made me think this. I mean, honestly, in Creed and Shadows already too, but this one especially with Aelin and Rowan, but also now this. The attack, Lorcan supposes Hela's way of telling him to keep his cock in his pants and mind out of the gutter. And like, I don't think I've read the word cock in a YA book ever, so it's more new adult. My Kindle just fell. It's more new adult at this point. And I don't know what, I was already with like the Aelin and Rowan, their scenes and their tension, and they finally like, did the thing. I was like, oh right, that happens in this series. Because in my mind it's just Throne of Glass is really fancy first, romance second, and it is, but I don't know, when the romance comes I'm just like gobbling it up. I'm like, oh my god, like Aelin and Rowan are making me lose my mind. Like, I love them so much. Every time the two of them have an interaction, I'm like giggling, kicking my feet. Now Lorcan, I'm like, really talk, like he's not like outright nice to her, but then the things he does, I'm like, okay, acts of service. Maybe I'm being delusional, but you know what, so be it. Dorian and man, no guys, like they're actually going to ruin me. Yeah. Why the fuck am I crying over Lorcan? He cut up his shirt for her. I'm unwell. Guys, I am so overdue for an update. I have long since finished Empire of Storms. I was losing my mind over Dorian Mannon. I was losing my mind over Lorcan. I was losing my mind in general, but I finished it. And I think the first time I read this, I gave it 4.5 stars. But this time I'm actually gonna give it 5 stars. It's so good. Like, the way everything slowly comes together. Like, at the end you found out that Aiden has been planning like every single detail. Like, oh my god. Wait, guys. What kind of book anesthesia did I have? Anesthesia? Amnesia. What kind of book amnesia did I have reading this for the first time? There's a fucking where's my wife scene in this. Guys. I was losing my mind. I was reading this in the train. Let me tell you, I nearly screamed in the train. Like, I I actually cannot believe I forgot about that. Like, what the fuck? Where's my book? Literally, I'm so obsessed with Alien and Rowan. Like, my review on Goodreads for Empire Store was Alien Galatinius. No, I think Alien Ashford Galatinius. I bow down to you because I do. Because I do. Oh, what a queen. What a queen. Ah! And now I am actually already reading Tower of Dawn and I'm like 41% through already. And I like Tower of Dawn, but I'm not doing the tandem read this time. The first time I did. And although I do like Tower of Dawn, it kills me not to continue right now. Like, how the fuck did I not go straight into Kingdom of Ash after this ending? Like, what possessed me? Well, actually, I did the 10 read, so that's like over like far over 1,000 pages to then go into another 1,000-page book. Okay, I see where I was coming from, but like, oh, I'm losing my mind. But I think it's a good thing because I'm so much more invested the second time around, and I haven't read Kingdom of Ash, so that will be my first time in years in this series where I actually don't know what's going to happen, which is crazy. Like, what does it end? Guys, I'm going to stop my eyes out, aren't I? If any of these characters die, no, like, I'll lose my mind. I'll actually lose my mind. Sometimes I'm just sitting there, like the other day, someone asked me, like, what is it about? And of course I went to explain Throne of Glass, not like the book I'm at now, which is like, what, the 7th in the series. And I was like, well, it's like an assassin. And then I just went to spiral, like the whole keep, like the assassin's keep with Arabin and everything, and the fact that he's dead now. We're not even in Arlon anymore right now currently, and the world is so much more expanded. And like in the first few books we don't even have like Rowan and Adian and Lorcan and everyone, and I'm like, wow, we took such a journey already. Like, this series is so good. My alarm actually cut me off, so I did in fact stop. But I wasn't done with my sentence yet, so we're continuing. Anyway, Empire of Storms, 5 stars, so good. Like, the feeling of an SDM book in the last 100 pages is just a high I will forever chase. I think that's actually my review of Air of Fire on Goodreads, but it goes for every single one of her books. But this one too, like, oh, I love them all so much, and Kingdom of Ash is actually going to ruin me. Moving on to the next book I still have to talk about, which is Tower of Dawn, which I'm 41% through right now. I was confused actually, because like I said, I don't know what book amnesia I was on reading these two. I think the tandem read got to me. Like, I couldn't remember anything. Kao and Nesrin, like, I remember that they have a past. They've like been together, but they kind of are again, like at in this book, or well, at the end of them being with this set of characters in this book. But then of course in Tower of Dawn, they kind of still try to be, but of course with Kao's legs currently, with Kao's situation, it's like kind of more difficult, and I fully understand how difficult. Well, I don't understand at all, but I can only imagine how difficult it must be for him, like his self-confidence and everything, because his life is just completely changed right now. And Nesrin is very supportive of that, but I can understand why he's struggling so much with the idea of being with her right now in a romantic way. They kind of are, at least like verbally they are. Like, from this book, all I remember was Irene and Kao, and then in this one I was like, because Nesrin said something like a discussion of like him saying, I'm sure you don't want me like this, and she was like, yes I do, whatever. So in this one, like, they go to like the tower, I don't know what the city is called, I forgot actually, but like the tower and the con and everything, and they go there like together, and I was like, wait, I don't remember that. I remember him with Irene. And now we kind of start to realize that, as the character starting to realize that they're not really I mean, it didn't work before and it's kind of not working again, and they're kind of both finding other people they are, you know, I want to say getting feelings for, but they're like, hey, I'm noticing you, you know? Very interesting. I completely forgot that. Like, I actually don't know what I was on reading these two because I do not remember, like, whatsoever. I have yapped enough. All I want to say is I finished Empire of Storms, 5 stars, currently reading Tower of Dawn. Really enjoying it, but I cannot wait to continue in the story instead of going back. But yes, I shall keep you updated. Hopefully not so late next time, but I make no promises. Excuse how I look, but Nesrin is talking to, oh my god, Sartog, and he goes, after last night's party, I had thought you would be preoccupied with Kale. Her brows rose. All day? She asked. The prince gave her a rakish smile, finishing off his long braid and picking up his spear once more. I certainly would take all day. Hello? No, I am actually going to lose my mind. I haven't talked to you in so long. I have long finished Tower of Dawn. The last thing I said to you, I was still reading it, so I oh my god, I really like this book. I do think I gave it 4.25 stars. I think a little bit lower than on my first read, but the first time I read this book, it was with the 10 read, so it was with Empire of Storms, so they kind of just got mixed up, and I both gave them 4.5 stars. And now I gave Empire of Storms 5 stars and this one 4.25. So it honestly still equals out kind of as the same, but just actually separated now. Doesn't mean I didn't enjoy this. I absolutely love this book. Love the arc Kale takes in this book because you really just, like, you can like see him develop as a character. And with Irene, oh my god, my queen. I love her so much. She didn't take his shit. And I was like, yes, queen. Yes, queen. He also really like Nesrin, and how the fuck do you pronounce his name, guys? Sartag, oh, what the fuck, him. Really like their storyline too, but in the middle, their storyline, I was kind of like, okay, can we like move on? Like, it kind of just feels the same now, so like, can we go? Then they did go, and I was enjoying it more again. I really enjoyed this book. I'm happy I finished it now. But as you can see, I do still need to annotate it. I'm still on Empire of Storms with my annotating. I'm very behind, don't judge me. Me having finished Tower of Dawn means I have started on Kingdom of Ash. Guys, and this is the fun part because this one I have never read, so I have no idea what's going on. This book is so long. Like, I'm almost 500 pages in, and I'm only 44% through. That's insane, but I am loving this. Although, oh my god, it's so hard. It was so heartbreaking to read about Aelin, like, in the first, I mean, if you've read this, you know, I mean, this is a full spoiler vlog, so like, it's really your fault if you don't know. The mask and the change, it was so heartbreaking, and how she was just like freaking out to get them off. That was such a heartbreaking scene to read. 44% through now. Dorian, guys, I like Era of Fire, I was a Dorian girl. A Queen of Shadows, I'm a Rowan and Dorian girl. Empire of Storms, I was kind of like, am I a Rowan girl? And this one, y'all, Dorian can get it. Oh my god, guys, I fear, okay, I have to finish this first, but guys, I think I'm a Dorian girl. Like, I am so in love with Dorian. Oh my god. Actually, makes me lose my mind. Guys, this series actually taking over my life. Yeah, I don't even, like, because Mena and Dorian are kind of like, well, like fighting in this one. Not like fighting, but like, well, kind of fighting. They're kind of just like in a disagreement, right? Because Dorian is going to get the 3rd key, and then she's like, that's a suicide mission, babe. And he's like, well, I have to do it anyway. So they get kind of like mad at each other. And when he said, like, you can find another tent to sleep in, I was like, oh, feisty. Sometimes I forget that Dorian is like so damn powerful. And he can be so sassy, and I love that about him. But sometimes I'm like, ooh, he catches me off guard. I'm like, oh. They're kind of like fighting in this one, and I'm still like, that man can get anything he wants from me. Oh. So when the fuck are Aiden and Lysandra gonna fucking get their heads out of the gutter? Because it's pissing me off, and I so get it, right? Because the shit that they did to Aiden, that's just crazy, right? The fact that like Aylin and Lysandra put that on him without him knowing, without his consent. Like, I mean, they didn't actually do anything, but the plan they made, like, for him to, okay, for Lysandra to like be Aylin if Aylin like unalived, and then Lysandra would like be with Rowan. But the children, of course, that she sired, that wouldn't be with Rowan. That would be with Aiden, to make them look like Aylin, and they didn't tell him that. Like, that shit's crazy. Like, to just say, because like, of course, Lysandra and Aiden had kind of like a flirtation going on and everything, but to not tell him that he was expected to sire children with Lysandra to like look like his cousin, so he wouldn't even be able to like be with his children as a father. That shit's crazy. Like, I can so understand why he's mad. I so understand it. On the other hand, the lengths Aiden and Lysandra are willing to go for this kingdom is also insane. I need to calm down. I will probably update you either when I'm further in or when I finished it, which is crazy. Whoa, new setting. It is time for the home stretch. I'm going to be finishing Kingdom of Ash today. I'm currently 87% through, and I keep stopping because I do not want it to end, but I'm going to today. It is time. I'm going to be sitting in the sun, so I don't think, and I'm going to be outside, and there's people outside, so I don't think I'm going to be vlogging. If I am, you'll see it right after this clip. It's going to be finishing Kingdom of Ash. I can't believe the end is here. Hi, it is me from the future. I've actually already recorded the last clip you will see in this video, but I still wanted to say something. I have more thoughts because of course I do. In Kingdom of Ash, when Elite is like running across the battlefield on this horse to get to Lorcan, and she gets there and she goes, so many, he had killed so many guys. I lost my shit and I burst out crying. Actually, I have formed strange like affection towards Lorcan. Like, I don't know, I just really love him. I don't know, because like he has his issues. Like, if you read the series, of course he like portrayed him and everything, but I'm like, I don't know, I want him to do better and be good, and I think Elite has really helped him see that. Also, the fuck you mean? He said he said like, I think you might be my mate, in the like, when Maeve was like in his mind. No, guys. I'm unwell. Have now completed the entire Throne of Glass series, y'all. I am not okay. I think the last time I spoke to you, I was still reading Kingdom of Ash. I have finished now, or should I say it finished me, because I read Kingdom of Ash so slowly, purely for the fact that I did not want it to end. Like, I knew once I finished this is it. There was no more Throne of Glass. And now I'm done. Like, I think Kingdom of Ash was such a good book. A great ending to the story, although I would have loved more. But the thing is, I'm always gonna want more from this series because it is literally amazing. Every single small thing mattered in the end. And that is just, oh, I love that so much, how everything came together. I was so many times I was like like I was just losing my mind. I also cried in the public train because of Kingdom of Ash, so that's great. But honestly, it's on me for reading Kingdom of Ash in public. But you know what? Okay, so if you are watching this and you didn't care about spoilers, right now I'm going to give like big spoilers. So like I'm gonna be spoiling the last book for you if you keep watching. So just so you know, what the fuck do you mean the 13 died? That's not real. That can't be real. Ashton has to be out there somewhere. Like, the way I was crying on that train, y'all, I was really holding myself back because like I barely cry in public, right? Especially just during the day in a train. And it was so full too, like it was peak hours and it was so full. And I was just sitting there. I had my sunglasses on because the sun was shining, and I was sitting by like a window seat, so the sun was like on my face. Thank goodness I had those glasses on, because otherwise people would have come up to me like, are you okay? I was sitting there like with my sunglasses. I was like silently wiping my tears. What the fuck do you mean they are dead? Like and I was, oh, that's so upsetting. Also, what the fuck is going on with Menon and Dorian? Why didn't we get more from that? They might get married. They might get married, you say. Give me that. Give me that. I want a Marion and Dorian novella. I want a Marion and Dorian book. Okay? Okay. The way they like lit the things on fire at the end, like, I want to see everything. I want to see Lysandra and Aedion fully get together and like how their story goes. I want to see how Aelin and Rowan live like queen and consort, or consort, or I don't know if he's ever gonna be king or whatever, how that works. Consort, I think he's gonna stay. And Kale and Irene, what's their kid gonna be? Is it gonna be a boy? Is it gonna be a girl? What's their name gonna be? On one hand, I'm so satisfied with the ending of the series because I think this was a good point to stop. On the other hand, I want every single small detail. The things that normally would be in a book, I'd be like, okay, can we move on? Can we continue with the story? No, I want every single little detail. Honestly, I could go on and on and on. However, I do think this video is already going to be very, very long, so we must continue. Looking at it, I'm like, I could cry. Like, what do you mean it's over? I am still annotating it. I'm on Tower of Dawn right now because annotating takes so long, but everything from my Kindle to my books. Now, we're just going to go over every single book individually, tell you my thoughts, my ratings, my feelings, and then wrap up this video, and that means it will really come to an end. It's like a lifetime ago, but in January I read The Assassin's Blade. I always start with this one. I highly recommend to anyone who hasn't read this to start with this one, because this one chronologically goes before Throne of Glass. So I always recommend this one first because I really like it. This book just makes me cry thinking about it because Sam is in here. And guys, every single time Sam was mentioned in these books, tears. This one, I really like this one. This is 5 short stories. I mean, I liked each one like a bit differently, but in the end I liked them all, and I gave this book 3.5 stars. And we of course have Throne of Glass itself, the first kind of book, and I gave this one 4 stars. I think this is a great book overall. Honestly, it is so intriguing with the trials and her becoming, well, trying to become the king's champion. Of course we get Dorian in here, Kale in here. They're kind of like love trial in this one, which really just vanishes the moment Rowan steps into view. I really, really like this one, but having read this whole entire series now coming out of Kingdom of Ash, this book feels so far away. This feels like lifetimes ago. Then next is Crown of Midnight, and the ending of this one so got me the first time reading this. So reading it the second time around was very fun, and seeing all the hints and everything. I think it's in Throne of Glass or in this one, but when Kale says like, Your Highness, and she's like, what? Because and they were talking about like Dorian, that she should address Dorian with like Your Highness, but after reading the ending of this one, and like she must have thought he was talking about her, and that's just such like little details like that are my favorite thing about this series. And Sarah J Maas, her books overall, because she always does this and I love it so much. Yeah, 4.5 stars for Crown of Midnight. And then this is the book where it starts to get really, really good, and it starts to become my favorite, one of my favorite series ever, if not my favorite. Next is Heir of Fire. This book is so good. Like, this book is when it starts to get really good to me personally. Dorian! Oh, sorry guys. I love Dorian so much. Dorian is like, I think I can say this confidently now, and don't get me wrong, I love Roman. But Dorian can get it anytime, anywhere, anyhow, any place, anytime. He can get it. Whatever he wants. To move on, but I love Heir of Fire so much. Where the story goes from this one on is just like, because Crown of Midnight ended like it did, and then this one, oh, it's so good. It's 4.75 stars for this one. Then Queen of Shadows, the best book in the series, in my humble opinion. The way everything comes together in this book, 5 stars, 6 stars. This book is so good. Like, believe whatever color you tell me to. We have Empire Storms, which I did in the reread. I think I've said it a few times in this video, but on the reread I did not do the Tannery with Tower of Dawn, because those two take place at the same time. I did not do that. I just read this one on its own and then read Tower of Dawn, and I really like that because now this book didn't get blended with Tower of Dawn, so now I read this book like really on its own, and this time around it was a 5-star read. This book is so good. Where's My Wife scene? And the way, that's the first time we knew. Yeah, Rowan. Yeah. I think my review of this book sums up my thoughts about it. And that is, Aelin Galathinius, I bow down to you. Of course, we have Tower of Dawn. This is where I'm at with my annotations. But I really like this book. In this we follow mainly Kale and Irene, of course, rather than the set of characters in these. I mean, Kale was already in this one, but of course Kale has to heal. And he goes to the tour, and there we meet Irene, which is a queen. I have to say, with like the note and everything, I don't remember. Was it in the Assassin's Blade, I think, that we met her first? I mean, we didn't know, but I did see that coming, but still it was so nice to like just have it all come together. It was so good. I love the way Kale developed as a character in this one, together with Irene, because they kind of really heal each other, which I thought was really beautiful to see. And I really liked this setting as well. 4.25 stars, just because the storyline that's my favorite is really this one. And while I did really enjoy this one, after Empire of Storms, all I really wanted was to go into Kingdom of Ash, but I had to read this one first. So I think just the placement of this one is really what does it a disservice, but it is still so good. 4.25 stars is really still such a good rating. And then, of course, Kingdom of Ash, this brick of a book. This is my second favorite book in the series. I think it is genuinely so good. The way everything happened, the way Aang was in so much pain throughout this one, and you can really just tell in like how we get told the story. It was so heartbreaking to read, and it makes my heart ache to just think about it, but reading about it was so heartbreaking. But then in the end, seeing how every little thing happens and how everyone comes together and how it turns out. Also, Gabriel, really necessary, Sarah? Was that really necessary? And the 13, but I've already yapped about that. But Gabriel, was that really necessary too? I was scared, y'all. I was scared Fenris was gonna go, but thank God he didn't. But Sarah, was that really necessary? Can't talk about this book because I will cry, but just know 5-star, 6-star, God tier book. God tier series is literally so good. But yeah, this one, 5 stars, 6 stars. Oh, I guess we've now come to the end of my Throne of Glass reading vlog, which means I've come to the end, really, of the end of talking about this series on its own right now. I hope you like this reading vlog, because this was actually my first reading vlog. I can't believe I finished this series. It's literally a favorite God tier series. It's so good. I highly recommend to every single person ever. Be kind always.